All right, guys, let's go, let's get it. We are here to make money. So let's go over our watch list for today. Hopefully, I can get this up in time before you guys, the market opens. But I just posted it up for you guys, and you guys can see we have BMW, Boeing, Nvidia, CRM, SPLK, and Roku. So some quick notes on these. Let's go ahead and go over these real quick and why I chose them. So obviously BMW, as I went over in the video before, I definitely like its current action on the seller side. I like that it looks like it's continuing its move lower. It has a lot of volume the last 2 days, and pretty much after earnings, it's just on a consistent downtrend. Looks like it's gapping up today, but it may just repeat what it did yesterday. Well, where it goes up a little bit pre-market and then ends up selling off anyways. So I'm definitely keeping an eye on this one. Has had decent volume, and after this drop, I just can't ignore it. So I'm going to keep an eye on it and see. And then if it does decide to go higher, we have our target set. So you guys have those targets. We're looking for high targets. We're going to go ahead and go for 134.25, 134.95, and then 135.90 on that one. And then to the low side, we're looking for 130.41 and then 120 on the long term. But for today, that should meet the criteria. This one moves around $3 per day. So those targets are definitely going to fall within that criteria. So as you can see here, we definitely have a lot of move to run here. So if it opens and it breaks low, it should definitely hit this bottom pivot without any issues. And if it breaks high, it should definitely hit this top pivot without any issues. So that's what I'm looking at when it comes to VMW. VMware has a lot of decent volume lately, and definitely a lot of it is going to the seller side. Even though the RSI is low, and we do have some slight positive divergence. I'm not going to jump into calls too quickly. I just want to make sure that the move is there, and if it is, then I'm going in because we do have slight positive divergence here on the RSI, but it does look like it still has room to run on the downside, as you have the Connors RSI and the RSI kind of going in opposite directions here. So one of them may want to come out while the other one continues as VMware continues to sell off here. So that's why I'm looking at VMware. So let's go ahead and look at the next one. So it's going to be Boeing. For Boeing, like I said before, we have a black candle stuck between two MAs. We have the 200 MA and the 200 EMA. So this couldn't get any easier. I mean, when this thing opens up, you can see that it can come close to this 200 MA. So if it starts to pause around there, it may be an issue. But if it breaks right past it, that's it. I mean, this thing is gonna rally. So again, our entry points are going to be right at the 200 MA. If it breaks above it, then we're gonna go higher. If it doesn't break above it and it fails, then it's probably gonna want to go lower. And our target, our main target, is probably gonna be this 200 EMA here on the daily around 356.80 or so, which is pretty much yesterday's low. You can see here. So this is where it's at. So just be cautious of that. And then on the 30-minute, this 50 period MA. So it may get stuck between these two and then pick a direction. But whichever way it breaks, that's where it's going. And then our next target is going to be the pivot at 354.84. All right, on to the next one. We're going to go ahead and take a look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA is just an all-time favorite. Obviously, it's just easy to trade. And when it breaks, it tends to break in the direction that it breaks. As you can see here, it looks like it wants to go higher, and we're going to adjust our box accordingly. I had this at 167 on the high side. It's pretty much there now, and then 166.25 on the downside. If it does open above 167, I'm going to keep an eye on this 200 MA on the 30 for a potential pause and or exit there. And if it does break above it, maybe to add to it, because the expected move on NVIDIA is going to be around $4. So if it opens here 167, expected to go to 171 or so. Our targets we have for it were 168.4 on the first one, so you can take profits there or add, followed by 170.5. So looking at a $4 move, you can expect it to go to 171 and change. Basically, right here, right around this area here, 175, 171.50. So that's what I'm targeting to the upside. And then to the downside, we're looking to target 165.31, 164.70, and followed by 162.64. So as you can see here, first target's going to be the purple pivot, followed by 164.70. 164.70 is going to be right around here. It's probably going to be this 50 MA, depending on where this MA is later on. But 164.70, it's a quick target right after that one. It's not too far off. Followed by this one. Once it breaks past this 50 MA on the 30-minute and any other resistance they may have. So as you can see here, 164, this was, once it breaks past all these support levels here, it shouldn't have any problems going to the next one. So then 163.91 is also a good target since it was the previous day's low, followed by the green pivot. But I feel once it breaks this 50 MA, it should keep running without any issues. But again, you only expect a $4 move out of it today, and right now it's pushing higher. So adjust accordingly going into the open, okay? All right, the next one we're going to take a look at is going to be CRM. So for CRM, we're looking at, let's see. All right, CRM had earnings not too long ago, and obviously had a massive push higher. RSI never failed to actually come out of the high levels here. It looks like completely being bought up. This thing is being taken over. I mean, people are buying it up, and the RSI is just completely way overbought. I mean, the volume that came in was massive, but most of it was on the seller side. I guess people were taking their profits. But now that that's all over with, you know, I am expecting the RSI to come out of this area. So I'm kind of going to watch it today and see if it wants to break down or if it wants to continue this rally. The next target on the upside is definitely going to be this 160 area here, where as you can see, there's a lot of resistance there. Let me check something out here. And then we have for our high side targets for CRM, we have 157.65, and our low targets are going to be 152.70, 151.70. Okay, so 152.70. So once it breaks this pivot, I'm targeting this pivot here, followed by the previous day low just above it because of the expected move for the day. It only moves about $2, $3 for the day, so I don't want to push my luck. And then to the upside, 157.65. I mean, it should just pretty much, that's really the only thing between here and there is that pivot. So that is the target for CRM. And CRM, let's see, looking at the accumulation, looks like it is at the bottom. So the only place it can go is up as far as accumulation goes. So it may have room to run. So you can see here, found strong support at the 200 MA and the 50 MA. So if it does rally down, that's, again, 151.70, as you can see there. That's why we have that target. I'm not expecting it to break down below that. If anything, it'll probably head higher, again, to a higher target of 157.65 or higher after that to 160 for the future, okay? But not today. All right, our next one is going to be SPLK, which is, I'm looking at 113.50 and 112.75. So for that one, we're looking to, let's see what SPLK has potential. SPLK has been moving pretty decently lately, and I do like it for a trade. I don't see any reversal patterns. RSI is pretty low. We do have a little bit slight positive divergence here, as you can see here. Low, it set a low, then it came back, set a new low with a higher RSI. So positive divergence there. So a bounce is coming, but I'm not sure that the bounce is coming today. It'll probably hit this low here before the bounce comes in. So I am looking to take SPLK more to the downside than I am to the upside. As you can see here, RSI already on the pre-market overbought on the 30-minute and 10-minute. So I am expecting it to possibly hit this pivot and reverse. Again, we're looking for 113.50 and 112.75. So if it does break 113.50, it is a little tricky of an entry here because it's right by this pivot. And the pivots tend to outweigh, but I mean, I don't want to give it a whole nother dollar because then you'll miss the move and then just use this as an exit point. So, and that is pretty much what I set. So if you enter at 13.50, 14.55 would be our first exit because it may pause there, followed by 15.95, followed by 117.77, which as you can see here are those pivots. So the 15.95 is a midway point for this, okay? Just so that we can get out and collect some profits. So 15.95, as you can see here, it's going to be right around where this 200 MA is going to be. So it's going to be 116, pretty much the 200 MA on the 5-minute is going to be the second target if we do end up taking these calls. Okay, and then to the downside, we're looking at 111.32 as our first target, which is the previous day's low. Okay, followed by 109.50, which is going to be right around here, and that's based on daily support right around here. So it's just like a midway here. It kind of took the average, and then followed by this pivot at 106.09, which I don't think it'll reach today. Again, it only moves around $3. So that's what I'm looking at when it comes to SPOK. And last but not least, we're looking at Roku. Let's take a look at Roku. So for Roku, we're looking at, obviously Roku has had decent volume. It broke the Darvas box on the daily, 145. So if it keeps going higher, 145.1, and it is already above that, I'm looking to target this 148.24. The last couple of days, it has pushed up pretty hard, and RSI does have room to run on the day. So that's my target for Roku, and or depending on where it opens, obviously we gotta adjust according to the open. So 148.24 is going to be the first target, and or a $5 move from the open if it breaks to the high side. And then to the downside, we're looking at 142.38, purple pivot, 141.30, 30-minute, 50 MA. You can see here, and then 139.77, which is going to be our bottom green pivot. That's pretty much it, guys. Let's go ahead and get it today. It's going to be a good day, and we'll see how these turn out today. I hope everyone makes money. Remember, we are here to make money. Make good decisions. Don't be greedy, and go ahead and get it, guys. See you guys on the next one.